Hi everyone, it's me, Larry. Yes, I am back with story time. I don't know if that is that an okay intro. It's me, alright. I am here to talk about a story, something that happened in the early 2000s that involved Dunkin Donuts. And I remember specifically it was the early 2000s because I remembered where I was living in Maine. I went to go buy my mom probably a chocolate crawler. Well, that's how we always call it. I think some people say crullers. Anyway, it was just some sort of twisted dessert, and then they changed them to chocolate sticks, and I don't know if they exist anymore. But for whatever reason, I had ended up buying a chocolate eclair. So I guess, um, I guess they didn't have her crawler because her number one choice at Dunkin' Donuts would have been a chocolate crawler. So I remember specifically it was the last one on the tray, and and so I remember saying I wanted it, and they covered it with a piece of paper, put it in the bag, and I bought it. I get back to the house, and remember, I walked. And I tell my mom after I get back home, I bought you something. I hand her the bag, and I'm sitting at her little kitchenette table in the kitchen area. She opens the bag, and she goes, I see you already took a bite. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, I see you already. And she shows me the eclair has a big bite taking out of it. And so I'm thinking, yeah, right, Ma. Thinking she's just pulling my leg, and she's like, and I'm like, and she's like, you didn't take a bite of this? And I said, no. And she went, well, this is how it came. So then I bag it back up, walking down back to the Dunkin' Donuts, and I go to the counter in the dining area, the counter, and I say all quietly to the woman, I just bought this eclair, and someone took a bite out of it. And she goes, no, it wasn't. And I'm like, well, yeah, there was. And she was like, no, there wasn't. And she said, as if we were to have a donut in here with a bite out of it. And because I suffer from autism and situations like that, I don't do well. Because all I can think is does this woman think that I have nothing better to do than to go back to Dunkin' Donuts and argue about a fucking eclair? I mean, Jesus Christ. Get a grip, lady. I got better things to do. She should have been concerned as to why there was a big bite out of it. And this part is anticlimactic because right after to the point where everyone is now watching, I see about a 12-year-old little boy comes from behind the kitchen area. And then I go, did you take a bite of this? And the little kid is just looking at me. And then I told the employee, I don't care what you say, I'm getting my money back. Because I am not going home with an eclair that this kid probably bit into. So, and like I said, this part is anticlimactic because they end up taking the eclair from me and giving me my refund. But I took the bag, balled it all up, and I threw it at the kid. That's awful. That's awful. And they could have called the police on me if they wanted to. But I left, and I don't think I ever went back to that location ever again because I currently don't live in Maine. I live in Virginia. So I don't think I've ever went back there. Well, unless I was there to see my sister, then maybe to get like an iced coffee, but I never bothered. I was the one in the early 2000s that caused a scene because of a bite taken out of it. Even in the chocolate on the top, you could even see the teeth marks. jokes. All right, well, that's my story for tonight. I hope to have another one again soon. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye for now, and I hope your tomorrow is as nice as you want it to be.